Imagine two investors. The first believes India's financial system is simple. Buy stocks. Sell stocks. Make money. The second understands something very different. He knows India's economy doesn't run on one market. It runs on many. Stock exchanges. Commodity exchanges. Agricultural markets. International financial centers. Each serving a different purpose. Each moving billions of rupees every day. Most Indians know only two names. BSE. NSE. But behind them exists an entire ecosystem. An invisible machine powering one of the world's fastest growing economies. This is the story of India's financial markets. And why understanding them matters. Chapter 1. Before stock exchanges. Long before stock exchanges existed, business was conducted very differently. Merchants traded goods directly. Deals were negotiated face to face. Prices were often uncertain. Information traveled slowly. As commerce expanded, a new problem emerged. Buyers needed sellers. Sellers needed buyers. And both needed a trusted marketplace. This challenge eventually led to the birth of organized exchanges. Not just in India, but around the world. And India's journey would begin in Mumbai. Chapter 2. BSE. The birth of Indian capital markets. In 1875, a group of stockbrokers gathered under a banyan tree in Mumbai. Those meetings eventually became the Bombay Stock Exchange, or BSE, making it Asia's oldest stock exchange. BSE witnessed British rule, independence, economic reforms, the Harshad Mehta era, the rise of modern investing, and India's transformation into a global economy. For generations, BSE was India's financial heartbeat. Companies raised capital. Investors built wealth. And businesses gained access to public ownership. Even today, thousands of companies remain listed on BSE, making it one of the world's largest exchanges by number of listed firms. Chapter 3. NSE. The Digital Revolution. By the early 1990s, India's financial markets faced a problem. Trading was slow, paper-based, and often inefficient. Then came NSE, the National Stock Exchange. Founded in 1992, NSE introduced electronic trading, transparency, speed, and nationwide access. For the first time, investors across India could participate more efficiently. The result was revolutionary. Today, most stock trading activity in India takes place through NSE. Its benchmark index, the Nifty 50, has become one of the most closely watched indicators of India's economy. NSE didn't just modernize trading. It changed investing itself. Chapter 4. MSE. The Challenger. Not every exchange becomes a giant. Some are created to increase competition and expand market participation. That was the idea behind the Metropolitan Stock Exchange, or MSE. The exchange sought to provide an alternative platform, a new competitor in India's financial ecosystem. Although its market share remains small compared to NSE and BSE, its existence highlights an important principle. Competition improves markets, and stronger markets benefit investors. Chapter 5. MCX. Where gold is traded. Most investors think exchanges are only for stocks. But that's only part of the story. What if you want to trade gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas? That's where MCX enters the picture. The Multi-Commodity Exchange. MCX is India's largest commodity exchange. Here, Investors don't trade businesses. They trade commodities. The raw materials that power economies. When gold prices move. When oil prices surge. When global events impact supply and demand. MCX becomes the center of action. Chapter 6 NCDEX India's agricultural market. India remains one of the world's largest agricultural economies. Farmers grow crops. Businesses process them. Consumers buy them. But prices constantly change. That creates risk. NCDEX was created to help manage that risk. The National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange focuses primarily on agricultural commodities. Wheat, soybean, mustard, cotton, and more. Through futures contracts, participants can reduce uncertainty and improve price discovery. While most retail investors rarely interact with NCDEX, its impact extends across India's agricultural economy. Chapter 7 CSE The Forgotten Giant. Before electronic trading transformed India, regional exchanges were important. One of the most influential was the Calcutta Stock Exchange, or CSE. At one point, it was among India's largest exchanges, serving investors in eastern India. But technology changed everything. Trading became centralized. Liquidity moved toward NSE and BSE. And many regional exchanges gradually lost relevance. The story of CSE is a reminder. Markets evolve. And survival often depends on adaptation. Chapter 8 IFSCA India's Global Ambition. The future of Indian finance may not be inside Mumbai. It may be inside Gift City. Located in Gujarat. The International Financial Services Centres Authority, or IFSCA, was created with a bold vision. To build a global financial hub inside India. A place capable of competing with Singapore, Dubai, Hong Kong, and London. The goal is simple. Keep more international financial activity within India. Attract global capital. And strengthen India's role in world finance. IFSCA represents something unique. Not India's financial past, but its financial future. The real lesson. Most people think investing begins and ends with stocks. But financial markets are much bigger than that. BSE helps companies raise capital. NSE powers modern investing. MCX facilitates commodity trading. NCDEX supports agriculture. IFSCA connects India to global finance. Each institution serves a different purpose. Yet together, they form the foundation of India's financial system. Because markets are more than places where assets are traded. They are mechanisms that allocate capital, support businesses, manage risk, and drive economic growth. And the better you understand those markets, the better you understand how economies work. Today, millions of Indians can invest with a few taps on a screen. But behind every trade, there is an exchange, a market, an institution, and a story. At Alpha Lens, we're not here to chase stock tips. We're here to understand businesses, markets, and the systems that shape them. Because the smartest investors don't just look at prices. They understand the marketplace itself.